what it was like to tour with Avenged, and knowing that they lost the Rev, and then we had lost Paul. It was strange. When the Rev died, I was one of the, I guess I was one of the first people to reach out to Zachy and just make sure he was okay and whatnot, and I reached out to Matt. And then I saw them a little later at the Revolver Awards, and it was about 2 weeks before Paul died. And I gave him my condolences because I hadn't seen him in a while. And then Paulie died, and then one of the first texts I got was from Matt and Zachy, and they, right out of the gate, they were just like, dude, whatever you need, just let us know. So when we went on the road together, it's not a conversation you just immediately jump into, you know? I mean, it was one of those things where I wasn't even talking to the press about it, and neither were they, really. It was a matter of, hey, it's just really good to see you. You get a couple weeks in, and that's when you start talking and stuff, and it was really just kind of about remembering, you know? Like, you start talking about it, and it was cool because the guys in Avenged have been Slipknot fans for a long time. So I've got, well, you call him Sinister, I call him Brian, because that's his name. I'll call him Gates, how about that? I got Gates talking to me, and just drilling me with questions, just like, when was the first time you wore a mask? What'd you do the first time? Yeah, what does this mean? What is it when you're an eyeless? What does this mean? What did you say that? And I was like, dude, you're killing me here. Come on. But we talked about we talked about how much fun it was to be with those people, because I mean, they grew up with Rev. You know, they grew up with Jimmy. You know, Matt told me, it's like, man, he would, you know, this is a guy that would wake up and he'd come over to my house. You know, it wasn't just a band. These were brothers. And that's the way it was with me and Paul, you know? I mean, for the longest time, we lived together. Like, before we got signed, me and him had a crappy apartment on 28th Street. And he was living in the solarium. I was living on the couch because I broke up with my girlfriend and I had nowhere to stay. I was like, well, I'll just sleep on this shitty couch then. And it was right before we went on Ozfest 99. So it was good, man. You know, I was like, he was my bro. So we would go down to Safari Club where he was working and just hang out, and then we'd come back and we'd get drunk and get lost, basically, you know? I mean, we were just young kids. We were on the cusp of history, you know? So it was good to kind of share that with those guys. I mean, you know, I know that Avenged catches a lot of flack sometimes in the press, but I will defend them to the day I die, because they're not only great kids, they're great guys, great musicians, and they have a heart, you know, they really do, and they have my utmost respect. So I guess that's where we'll leave that at.